If you're not drinking the Orlando Magic Kool-Aid right now, what are you drinking on? I'm saying the Orlando Magic are currently tied for the longest winning streak in the NBA right now. What's going on? Great time to be alive in Central Florida. That's all I'm going to say.
That is what I'm saying. If you ain't jumped on the Orlando Magic bandwagon at the top of the season, we selling tickets. Come on, get on, because they are balling. When was the last time you seen the Orlando Magic have this much wins at the beginning of the season? I'll wait.
Exactly.
It's been forever, and I'm happy that they're here. Sleeper team is in full effect because they got these contenders in chokeholds. Speaking of chokehold, Boston Celtics, what had happened? What
Mm.
happened to the Boston Celtics on Friday night when they played the Orlando Magic? They wasn't ready. Boston was like, I'm just going to go here. I think they probably came into the arena and was like, let's go and get this win real quick. And
Shoot.
the Magic said, no, you won't.
You will not. The Orlando Magic defeated the Boston Celtics 113-96, capping off the Celtics' largest point deficit this season. What? I
I just couldn't.
mean,
That game was so good. You know what? Chris Porzingis get well.
mm. But okay. I'm glad you brought that up because look, there's an argument that the Boston Celtics were without Drew Holiday. That is a fact. But
Mhm.
they did have Porzingis for half the game. But need I
Mhm.
remind everyone, the Magic been without Markelle Fultz and Wendell Carter Jr. They're two starters for a
Absolutely.
while now.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Next man up. Next man up. Isn't that
Yep.
where that term came from? Like if people are out, then who's next? So if you build your roster appropriately and you got dogs on the team, it should be no problem, right?
You would
I
think.
mean, I'm not asking to replace Drew Holiday. I'm not asking that they replace Porzingis with their bench, but I mean, they should have some people on there that can kind of give you a little something to help you stay afloat. Am I right?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you're right, but they don't have it. The Boston Celtics. It's funny when I was watching that game, I was like, "Oh, I bet you they wish they had Grant Williams, Marcus Smart, Robert Williams III right now."
I bet you they did. I can guarantee you, because I'm gonna tell you right now, Boston was like, I mean, Magic was like, watch this defense.
Oh, it's
Had
clean.
when I tell you that Isaac had Tatum in a chokehold,
Yep.
I said, "Oh, get him, get him!" I love it. They call him J.I. Jonathan Isaac had Tatum in a chokehold. Tatum couldn't even shoot.
Yeah, Jalen Brown couldn't find the basket anyway. I mean,
He
he was
couldn't
6 for 22. I mean, my
couldn't buy
God,
one.
horrible.
He couldn't buy a shot. He couldn't buy a layup. Every time he even approached the basket, it moved. I was like, what is going on? It was horrible. Boston had a horrible shooting night. It was horrible, horrible.
Yeah, but look at Mo Wagner coming off the bench, 27 points, and Cole Anthony. Now, these are two guys who would probably be starting on any other team right now, the way that they're playing. Ooh, I just really like watching Cole Anthony out there. He's just so energetic right now. And the way that he can get into your jersey at his size and he can hit the three ball. I mean, there's really nothing that he cannot do.
It is just phenomenal. You know what? One thing I noted when I was watching the game, Boston looked tired. They looked slow. They looked old. They did. And I know they're young guys on the team as well, but the Orlando Magic had bounce to them, even though Banchero had a first half that wasn't, he only had 7 points in the first half. He came back from halftime and was like, show's on. I'm
Mm,
ready. It was phenomenal. But for me to highlight, when I say that, Jonathan Isaac, I said, wow. That
yeah.
defense he was given was nice, nice. Yeah, I
Yeah.
was like, he looked good. I said, oh my goodness. When he went down, I think it was either at the end of the third or top of the third, fourth, or something like that. And I was like, please don't let him be out because that defense he bringing on is amazing. Not only Cole Anthony, as you mentioned, Jonathan Isaac was really, really good on defense. They were matter of fact, Orlando Magic was in the faces of pretty much everybody.
Yep.
They weren't ready. Boston was not ready for what the Orlando Magic was bringing at all. No, they weren't ready. And funny enough, the Magic's bench, I looked it up. They rank in the NBA number one in free throws, first and second chance points, at points in the paint, and third for rebounds. They're bench. What?
Wow.
Wow, bench players. Thank you, Mo Wagner. I mean, I'm quite sure he's the one that's helping contribute to that. I really like the Wagner brothers on the floor together. I like it. They
Yeah.
are huge.
Yeah.
It makes the Orlando Magic huge,
Yeah.
huge. I like it. I like it. Oh, that game was so good. It was really a good game. It was just so. I was like, Boston better step it up if they think.
Nah, you shoot. I mean, look at Al Horford now.
See,
Al
you know,
Horford was
they
kind of
old.
thrown in. Yeah, he did. He was kind of thrown in when Porzingis went down, but come on, man. Al Horford has got to step up. He just hasn't been the player that we remember from several seasons back. Age and father
Yeah,
time and
yeah, yeah, yeah.
all that is playing a factor right now. But these young guys, though, oh my God, the generational gap seems so huge right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you know what? And I have to adjust my expectations for Al Horford. Al Horford is not going to be the Al Horford of old. We just need to adjust our expectations, right?
Hmm.
So it's going to be very difficult for him to go up against these young guns, these young bulls, these young players, and thinking he's going to be able to hang. He's not supposed to. Porzingis should be able to. Porzingis got length. He got height. I mean, he don't have enough strength dog, in my opinion, but
No, no.
he should be able to, bang with him, right? I don't know, but Orlando Magic was just all over the floor. I love seeing their coach on the sideline,
Yes.
super engaged. I think the Orlando Magic players seem to have really high regards for their coach. Something about the way he commands them, and
Hmm.
how they respect him. I really, really like that. And I can tell that they have great chemistry because even after the game, when Mo Wagner was talking to the reporter, they were like punching him. The players were pushing him, and they were just so happy for him because he had that 27-point game. They were like really, really here for it. And Mo Wagner was like, "Well, anybody can get it. We just want to win." I said, "See, that's what I'm talking about." Love it.
Yes, yes. And Paulo was talking about how they just genuinely love each other. They like being around each other. You can
You can
tell they
tell.
enjoy playing together. I
You
mean,
can tell.
all of that chemistry, it shows on the court. I mean, you can't win if you don't like playing with these guys. Now, the thing is with the Boston Celtics, though, I thought they looked a little miserable out there. I don't know
Mhm.
what it is, but there is a missing key piece. And I do believe it was Marcus Smart who was the
Mm.
gel for them. They just look miserable. They don't look like a collective unit to me. They look like individual players, and
Yeah.
everybody is taking their turn, my turn, your turn. Derek White is trying to do his best, but Jason and Jalen, they require the basketball, and it's actually pretty sad to see. I know the Boston Celtics are top of the East right now, but I think as the season goes on, especially as injuries start to pile up,
Mhm.
I don't see them staying there.
Yeah, it just I see the beginning of unless something turns around, and I understand it's the top of the season, but watching them play against Orlando Magic, I agree. I believe that they looked lethargic. Maybe they had jet lag. Maybe they were tired. Maybe that's what it was.
Yeah, maybe.
But I didn't. I don't know. It doesn't seem like they have a connection. Like, where is their chemistry? And I'm
Hmm.
waiting for them to get that back. And I think once they get back their lost chemistry, there's a disconnect somewhere. And although they've played good and they've won, enough games to be at the top of the East, there is a disconnect with them. And I think it's gonna come out later in the season. Yeah.
Yep, absolutely. Okay,
Mhm.
so there was another in-season tournament game that had me glued to the TV. I'm talking about them Sacramento Kings and the Minnesota Timberwolves. Oh my God. It was jersey number 5 against jersey number 5, and both players got busy. It was just a sight to see.
Can I just say I would like to see them in a 7-game series?
Oh, yeah.
I would
I'm
like
with
to see I'd like to see these two teams in a 7-game series, competing for the Western Conference champions. Yes, I want to see it. That's a must see TV. NBA, can y'all make that happen?
you. Oh, you know they can.
NBA, can you make that happen? I'm gonna need that. I'm gonna need that around May, June. Y'all got time to work on it because that right there, that's playoff basketball right there. If the in-season tournament proved to be one thing, it proved to be that the playoff basketball is going to be really great if we have these new teams that are going to be competing. That's what's going to
Yep.
be the highlight for me. Like the Wolves and the Orlando Magic and the
Mm-hmm.
Kings. And if the Rockets can hold on, even the Rockets, if they can just compete in the postseason, and I'm talking about beyond the play-in tournament, it's going to be nice to watch if they still have the same energy they have right now at the top of the season by the time the playoffs happen. It's
Yeah.
great to watch, but that De'Aaron Fox,
Oh, it's just
y'all,
too
come
much.
on,
Yeah.
get a man his flowers right now.
Come on.
Give him his flowers. He's really good. And he is the Sacramento Kings. Can we just say that?
Yeah, we can. Because when he was out,
They couldn't do
they
it. They couldn't
didn't.
hold it
Yeah.
together.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Oh my God. So the Sacramento Kings gave the Minnesota Timberwolves their first home loss of the season. 124, 111, 36 points from De'Aaron Fox, 12 assists. But Anthony Edwards was right there, 35 points and 5 assists. They were going head to head. But let me tell you though, NAW could not contain De'Aaron Fox. He was just too much. He just couldn't.
And NAW is really good on defense,
Yeah.
just not against De'Aaron Fox. Not just against there's going to be some players in the league where what you doing ain't gonna be enough. And De'Aaron Fox
Mm-mm.
proved that he's one of them. Oh my gosh! You know what though? I said, can the Kings miss at the 3-point line? When I tell you everybody was getting a three, you
Yeah.
get a three, you get a three, you get a three. I
Yep.
couldn't believe it. The Kings, they shot 48% from the 3-point line. 48%, whereas the Wolves was 36%. So, you know,
Mm-hmm.
they was raining threes. I couldn't believe it. Herder in the corner getting one. De'Aaron Fox getting one. Malik Monk shooting a couple. I was like, what is going on?
Yes. Monk came off the bench, dropped 17 points.
Yep.
Ooh, but I think the Minnesota bench kind of suffered. They only chipped in 25 points, whereas the Kings bench, 45 points.
I'm telling you. Bench players matter, teams. I know we like to get our starters together. We need to have these superstars because they are maybe more important, but your bench players can help out a lot. And I think the Sacramento Kings benefited from their bench in this game for sure. For sure.
Oh, absolutely. Happy to see Sabonis, dominating. That's just what he does. Sabonis is kind of like a point forward. Like he has the ball in his hands a lot. He sets up the offense. But it's so nice to see someone at his size do that for the Sacramento Kings, and De'Aaron Fox still going to get his.
I agree. Point forward. I just don't like him as a center. I said it last season, and I noticed it in the playoffs. Domantas Sabonis as the centerpiece does not do it for me. I really don't like him doing that. I'm gonna need him because he missed a couple of assignments and he fumbles. It's just I don't know, something about him being. I don't like it. I don't like it. And I think if they don't figure out if McGee can get more time, or they figure something else out, I think it may show up again as a problem in the postseason. Because I believe the Kings will be in the playoffs again. I think it'll be another issue that they may face because Domantas Sabonis. I don't know. It's just like he always fumbles. Now, if he is controlling the ball, he's bringing it up, and he's playing that point forward type position is okay. It's when he's not and he's in the paint. I'm just like, I don't know if I like that. And speaking of people
Yeah.
in the center, Rudy Gobert, if you don't keep your feet in the paint,
Oh my
if
goodness.
you don't, I don't want you to step outside the paint, Rudy. I'm sorry. I don't want you to bounce outside the paint. Don't do that. He looks like a fish out of water. I can't stand it. I can't stand it. Now he'll dominate in the paint, and he'll give you what you need. But the moment he steps out, even past the free throw line area, it's like,
Oh my God, Rudy Gobert. I've been championing Nas Reed for a long time.
really.
Can we please just put Nas Reed in Rudy Gobert's place? I'm just asking for a stretch of maybe 5 to 10 games, and let's just see what he can do. Like, I am so tired of Rudy Gobert. He's just not tough enough, and I think that causes a weak interior defense for the Minnesota Timberwolves. I mean,
Can't
gosh.
stand it. I just don't like to see. He is like, can somebody please come get this ball? He gives me that his posture. He doesn't look confident. The way he bounces the ball when he's out on the perimeter. I'm just like, y'all, come get this ball so he can go back to the paint.
Yeah.
I want him to rest right under the net. You just grab the rebounds, do some putbacks. maybe shoot, maybe a couple of feet from the basket, but don't do nothing else, Rudy. Don't do nothing else.
Oh yeah,
Don't
yeah.
do
He tried to go into his bag
Mm-mm.
one play. I was like, oh my gosh, this is horrible. This is
Don't do that.
horrible.
No, no. But if he were to, and I said this in the 2021 season, if he were to add to his bag of tricks,
Hmm.
dribble skills, and a 3-point shot, he may be, it'll step his game up a lot.
Hmm.
Hmm. Look at Nikola Jokic and see how you can mirror that. That's what I want you to do.
Well, I think Karl Anthony Towns. I just want to see Karl Anthony Towns more in the paint.
Yes.
I mean, look at him, 27 points, 11 rebounds, 4 assists. He basically did it all for the
Yeah.
Minnesota Timberwolves. And,
He's
and
balling.
Rudy Gobert, but oh man, I'm not gonna kick Rudy Gobert anymore. But my gosh, I want them to do something different at the center spot.
I do like Nas Reed when he comes into the game. It's a nice look
Yeah.
for them. His power, his ability to get to
Mhm.
the basket, I think it's a nice look.
Yeah,
I go ahead.
he's agile. I mean, he can, like you
Mhm.
talking about perimeter shooting, he can do
Mhm.
everything. Floaters. I mean, he got
Mhm.
defense,
Mhm.
he speed. It's just everything Rudy Gobert doesn't have, Nas Reed has.
Yes. At one point, the Kings led by 22 points. What?
Yeah.
What? They was the Kings were ready. They were ready. They were ready. And what's so well, the in season tournament is proven to be a success. It's like playoff basketball. I'm not even playing. They are not playing. The King said what the Wolves will not do is clinch a spot in the in season tournament on our watch. Not against us, you won't.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely a success, I must say. I'm gonna tip my hat to the NBA on this one.
Yeah, I got to. It's
Mhm.
really good. The games are a lot more intense because they got some. They playing for money. It is not the trophy. It's the money. It's the money.